I'm going to go with Auburn in this one.
I'm shocked. I'm not shocked.
Here's the thing. Mississippi State, I'm impressed. I mean, Dak Prescott, a year ago, it was his first start against a big-time school when he went against Auburn. An impressive performance, the run, the pass threat. Obviously, he's a great dual-threat quarterback. He's my leader.
Went to the wire last year.
Absolutely. Yeah. But he's my leader for the Heisman right now.
Yep.
But this is the thing for Auburn for me. Nick Marshall, we talk about the offense, know that they struggled a bit on the road against Kansas State up there in Manhattan. But this is the thing for me. Defensively, Auburn is a completely different animal than anything that Mississippi State has faced. It's a different defense than they faced a year ago. Ellis Johnson, the defensive coordinator, in there in his second year, rotating like 9 guys along that defensive line. Gabe Wright and all these guys along that defense. I think that they're going to give this Mississippi State offense fits. So I think that's going to be the real difference for me. And Mississippi State, and I know that we look at the score and we look at the team that they're playing. Consider the drops for just a moment. Now, by our numbers, Texas A&M had 9 drops. By their numbers, they said 11, possibly 13. I don't know what the possibly was, but either way, Texas A&M, they had their opportunities against this Mississippi State secondary. I think Auburn makes those catches with Coates and Duke Williams, the junior college transfer, and Auburn takes this one.
Like by what?
I think it's going to be close. I think I have it 31-28, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Stephen A., what do you got?
I got Mississippi State winning this game 33-28. I believe that being on their home turf is going to help them, and I understand what you're saying. If this game, Robert, was at Auburn, I would feel differently. I would be right there with you. But I think it being on the road, it being hyped, them getting the notoriety, with Dak Prescott being your leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy, probably everyone's right now, considering what happened to Mariota with Oregon, considering what now has happened to Gurley. I just look at his ability to run the football. And then you've got this defensive coordinator you were alluding to, who obviously had to deal with Tim Tebow in the past, alluding to how Dak Prescott runs in between the tackles. So when you look at him and his ability, particularly in short yardage situations, to be so effective, I think Mississippi State is going to be able to move the chains. I think they're going to be able to do some things against Auburn. Not to say that Auburn is not going to be able to do the same, but I think especially in a college atmosphere, when you're on the road and when a team is up and coming, I'm usually waiting for that first game to see how they react once they've accomplished and acquired the limelight. But in light of how I saw them perform a couple of weeks ago, what they're capable of doing with Dak Prescott being able to do some of the things that he can do, I'm thinking him, along with Josh Robinson and the crew, I think they find a way to get it done. I've got Mississippi State winning this game 33-28 on their home turf. Had it been at Auburn, I would think differently. But on their home turf, I think it's going to be too much for Auburn to overcome.
Here the tie break.
Here we go. Stephen A. Smith, am I right? You're a big fan of the Iron Man movies and the Iron Man comic books?
Yes.
Yes. Tony Stark, right? Tony Stark.
Starkville.
In Starkville.
That's right.
In
Robert Downey Jr., great actor.
Thank you. In Starkville, Mississippi State will be Iron Men this Saturday. I am so intrigued. I cannot wait for this matchup because I've been saying for really a month now that this year's Mississippi State is last year's Auburn. Remember how they came from nowhere and everybody's saying, oh, they'll lose, and then they kept surviving by miracles, minor miracles, major miracles.
Kick six in Georgia.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Miracle on the Plains.
Mississippi State has that thing going, and I'm hoping, maybe against hope, I'm not sure, but you know Jamion Lewis is their best receiver. He could not play against A&M. Now, they're saying he's a game-time decision. He has been tweeting and Instagramming like, I'm coming, this is the big return, and I don't know whether to trust it or not. He might be trying to deke the opponent. I have no idea. But they do need Jamion, even though their stable of receivers looked pretty good, I thought, against Texas A&M. So, listen, I have so much respect for little Nick Marshall. Is he not a slick playmaker?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he can make people miss, and when you least expect it, he will make a throw where you say, where did that come from?
And that quick release that he has.
Throw.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, former high school point guard who plays like a point guard. In the run he made against LSU, and by the way, I was so wrong about LSU because I thought Leonard Fournette was going to be Adrian Peterson. Not yet. Hold the phone on that one. But Nick Marshall made a late run against LSU, made the safety just look like a fool. He can make plays. He will make plays. But Dak is my leader for the Heisman also.
And,
I think he's,
and remember, this Auburn team, now I'm not comparing Dak Prescott and Jake Waters in any real sense, saying that they're the same athlete. Jake Waters is a pretty good athlete, pretty good dual threat quarterback for Kansas State, and Auburn was able to shut him down. Now, the offensive Auburn had trouble against that Kansas State.
Whoa. If you're not comparing them, Robert, what you bring them up for?
Okay, I'm comparing them. You got me. You got me. I'm comparing them.
All right.
I really like Jake Waters.
Yeah.
But he is not Dak Prescott.
Okay.
This kid is big and strong and mobile, and this team is playing with his confidence. He's carrying this team, and Josh Robinson can sting you too. So I think if Jamion can play, it's going to be a shootout. I'm going high score here. I'm going 31-30, Mississippi State.